There are few feelings as bad as waking up in the morning and having a dead car battery. That's why today we are going to go over 5 simple ways to check that your car or truck battery is ready for winter. Don't worry, if you are like me and work on trucks all the time, or you're someone who just realized the hood goes up and down and there's a bunch of parts in here including a battery, this video is still going to be for you. Because lucky for all of us, batteries aren't exactly rocket science, they're just battery science. And so no matter what car you drive, there's 5 simple ways to kind of take that guesswork on if your battery is going to die in the morning when you're trying to go to work.
Nice.
So let's get started. Here we go. And so our first simple check is going to be make sure you have the right battery for your car or truck. And I know what a lot of you guys are thinking.
No way, dude. The battery isn't an 18-volt Makita battery or a AA. That's crazy.
So yes, it is true that the majority of cars and trucks are going to run on 12-volt automotive batteries, but they are not built equally. For example, in my 4Runner here, you're going to see that this is a Group 27F battery. This battery is different than the V6 model, and so it's important for you to check that you have the right battery not for your car model, but also for the engine size that is within your car. And now, if you're like, well, where do I get that battery? Check your owner's manual to make sure you have the group size right. And once you do, you might be searching, okay, I want a battery for my car, here's the group size, and I'll just buy any of these. Don't do that! Because if you did do that, you wouldn't be following tip number 2. Make sure you have a battery with the right cold cranking amps, the CCAs. Now this is really important because the CCA rating lets you know the number of amps that are produced by a charged battery during a 30-second period while maintaining at least 7.2 volts at a temperature of 0 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 18 degrees Celsius. Now, the reason this is important is because you need those cold cranking amps if it is cold outside. That's why if you live in Canada, you're probably going to want to find a battery between about 700 to 900 cold cranking amps. This Toyota OEM battery for me gives me 840, which I'm happy about. But I've had it for about a year now, so now we need to actually confirm that it's still giving me 840 cold cranking amps, and to do that, we're going to do a simple battery test. So once we know that we have a battery with enough cold cranking amps, we need to make sure that we actually have the cold cranking amps the battery says it does. So we got a battery tester. These are under $30. In order to use them, all you have to do is put the positive on the positive terminal, the negative on the negative terminal. It's going to come alive, and then you're just going to simply enter the amount of cold cranking amps you have on your battery. If you don't know where that is, you can see right here. It has it listed on your battery. So we're going to input that. It's going to do a little calculation, check everything, and it's going to give it our output. As you can see here, I have about 800 cold cranking amps, which is within a good range. Has a bunch of other stats for you to look at as well. Now, once we've done our first 2 checks and making sure we have the right battery with the right amount of cold cranking amps, we need to move on to the third, which is ensuring that our battery terminals are clean. And now as you can see, my battery terminals have seen better days, and so with that, we are going to begin to clean them. To do that, we just need 3 simple things. First thing we need, a simple thing of battery cleaner. This is just going to neutralize that acid, make it easy to clean. A little battery terminal brush. These are cool. It's a 2-in-1. You got a little scrubber, and you put the terminals in there, and you can twist it around, and it's going to clean it that way. Third thing, we just got some battery terminal sealer. In using all 3 of these things, we can ensure that all our contacts on our battery are clean of any sort of debris, grime, and especially corrosion, which is going to lower our voltage, create some grounding issues, and some voltage drops. In layman's speak, we want the battery to be clean. And now that we've made sure that everything is clean and corrosion free from tip and check number 3, we're going to move on to check number 4, which is make sure everything is tight. You would be surprised how many electrical issues, how many battery issues are caused by a loose connection.
Wow.
When it comes to your battery, you have 2 terminals, a positive and a negative. Both of these terminals stick out of the battery, and then you have 2 connection points. On my 4Runner here, I have Jeep cables, a whole brand new setup of higher gauge cables. They are fantastic. I upgraded them. But the main reason I did that is so I could have clean ground points and better connections. If your battery isn't tight, if the connection isn't secure, you're going to be losing voltage, you're going to be losing power, and you're not going to actually be able to get those cold cranking amps that we talked about from before to your vehicle. So what do we need to do? We need to just snug them up. All we're going to do is we're going to take a little socket, a wrench, and we are going to make sure they're nice and snug. You don't want to be able to wiggle your battery around and have them move within the connecting points. Make sure they are tight. This will solve the majority of your electrical problems if you haven't checked already. All right, and so now that we have made sure we have the right battery, the right cold cranking amps, the battery is clean, and the connections are all tight, we need to do one more thing, and that is to make sure that the battery is not moving itself. Now, you would be surprised about how many batteries actually don't have proper tie downs, or the tie downs are missing, or what have you.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting suggestion, Dylan, but that wouldn't really be a thing that happens.
Interestingly enough, it is a thing that happens. And when it does happen, basically your battery moves when you accelerate, you decelerate. It's going to move inside your vehicle, probably where the battery is here. And that's going to cause the connections to come loose. When they come loose, you're going to start having those grounding issues. You're going to have those starting issues like we've talked about because your connection is no longer secure. And so how do we keep these batteries from moving? Bingo! We need a battery tie down. Now, most vehicles will come with a stock battery tie down. The problem is sometimes these can go missing when you swap your battery. Sometimes they're stupid corroded, and you just want to get one that looks a little bit better. I have gotten a new one from Mace Manufacturing. They have a coupon code with us too, just loose axles. And these are made from billeted aluminum. Fantastic little product here. It comes with new nuts on top, and this holds it in like nobody's business. Without this, all the hard work we've done in the past 4 steps would be out the window because everything's going to come loose. Corrosion's going to build in there. I mean, we're not going to have the wrong battery because we're still going to have that, but it's not going to be getting the cold cranking amps because it is not tight and secure like this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Mace Manufacturing tie-down strap, tie-down bar, tie-down thing. Tie-down. Battery tie-down. Keeps it. And so, that is the 5 tips to make sure that your car battery is ready for winter. As long as it is the right battery, you have the cold cranking amps you need, the connections are not corroded, you have tight connections, and your battery's not moving, and there's no chance this thing's going to happen overnight that's going to cause one of those other things to change, you're good to go. So, I would recommend, if you haven't already, pick up a battery tester. Open your hood and check these things because it could save you your job. It could save you time. It could save you money. It could save you a lot of things. So anyways, guys, that is the end of the video today. Thanks for watching. Please give it a like and subscribe if you made it this far. That would mean the world to me. Thanks so much, guys. See you soon.